Hi guys, welcome back to our HTML video tutorial. In this video tutorial we are going to be discussing about CSS. CSS is all about styling our web pages, adding beauty to our web pages, defining layouts and stuff like that, making our website look presentable. Okay, and now we're gonna, like I said, CSS is style. Now what CSS means is just cascading style sheet. Now, style can be added to HTML elements in three ways. Now, you've been seeing before that, you've been seeing websites, and like I told you, I showed you my website. Now you see colors here. You see all these icons like this, different colors, different font, and beauties, the layout, how things are arranged on these websites. Now, it's done through what we call CSS file or CSS codes. Now, like HTML, we're not really meant to make a website presentable by adding beauty to websites. Okay. Now CSS was created for that. Actually, CSS was created to add beauty and make website presentable. Okay, now in this tutorials, we are going to be discussing a little bit of CSS now, because which means cascading style sheet. Now I'm gonna have a different series of videos tutorials where I'm gonna be teaching CSS from the beginning to the end. Okay, CSS from the beginning of CSS to the end, and we are really gonna go deep into that. So it's gonna be up to 50 to 60 videos, okay, for that. So now in HTML we are gonna be discussing a little bit, and this video is gonna be like two parts, because I'm gonna really take time to explain a little bit. But in the series, it's a different series of videos tutorials, I'm gonna be discussing in a broad way CSS. We are gonna be teaching people how to incorporate CSS into their websites and make it look nice. Okay. Now styling web pages can be done in two ways. Styles can be added to HTML element in three ways, or to HTML files, or HTML element or tags in three ways. Okay, the first one will be an inline, the one I showed you when we're doing style. The first one is an inline style. Okay, using the style attribute in HTML element or tag, the one I showed you where we did something like this. We did probably something like this: p closing tag p. This is a paragraph. We did something like this, and style is equal to, remember, something like this. This is the first one, which is an inline style. It's equal to probably color, and we changed this. We said red. Now, you see, this is red now. This is the first one we're talking about. We talked about, and now it's one of the first way we can add style to our website. There's also what we call internal, another way we can also add through internal ways. Now that one is done through the head. It's done through the head. It's added through the head tag, between the head tag anyway. Okay. Now we use something like this: style opening tag, and we close it with style. Now all the code comes in here. Now if, for example, we remove this, we can just say p you can just say P, and every other thing comes in between them. You can just say P color, and you can just say red. Okay, now you see there's no difference. Now if we change this to probably green, now you're gonna see different. Now you see that it's changed to green. If you can look very well, you can see that it's changed to green. Let me just increase the size. Text size. Okay, it's not text size, it's font size. Font size. Let me change that to 14 pixel. Okay. Okay. Let me say 20 pixel font size. Okay, you can see that. So that's another way we can also add style to our website, web pages. Okay, another way we can also do that is using an external file, creating a different CSS file like this. Then we link it up to the website. Now we are going to do that. So now first of all, let's talk about CSS syntax. Now CSS styling has the following syntax. Now let's see that as the following syntax. Let's check that out in a jiffy. Okay, now I already showed you guys this before. The element is the tag. Okay, we want to add a style too. I already told you. Now the property property. Okay, a colon, that's colon, the value, a value, which a value, and what? Okay, value, just that. You end it with a semicolon. You end it with a semicolon. You can also write another line of code, another property value. Okay, now we are going to check that out in a moment. So that's just the syntax. The element in an HTML element name, which is this, the element which is the P or the body, whatever it is. Okay, and the value might be color, font size. Sorry, the value is not is the property is, this is the tag. Now the property is probably the color, or maybe the font size, the text alignment stuff and stuff like that. And the value is probably if the font size, the font you want to add fonts, you want to probably increase the font. Now the property will be font size, and the value will be the pixel of the font. Now probably 1420 pixel, or font alignment, the value text alignment. If text alignment can be the property, then the value will be center or left or right. Okay, now let's check this out. Now like I just showed you here now, multiple style are separated with semicolons. Now like I just showed you. Okay, all right. Now I'm not going to show you the inline CSS. I already did that in my previous video. If you've not done that, go and check out style in my previous video, HTML styles. Okay, so now we are going to be really talking about internal styling. The internal style sheet can be used to define a common style for all HTML elements in the page. Internal styling is defined in the head section of the HTML page using the style element. Okay, let's check that out. I showed you this before. So this is an example of an internal style sheet. Okay, now if for example, now we can just say body body, background color, let's just say um, light gray, okay. Let's terminate that. You've seen that. Okay, now let's add a heading to, let's just add a heading here, h1. Sorry, let me check my time. I need to break this. 10. Okay, h1 and close it, h1. This is the heading of this page. Okay, now if let's add a style to that, to this. Now after this, after this, I just put h1, the elements, h1 color blue, let me bring this down anyway. It's still gonna show the same. Okay, color blue. Let's say text align. Let's say center. Sorry, center. Okay, and okay, now let's check this out. Okay, you see, if you can see this, it's becoming interesting, right? Interesting, right? Yeah, that's just how it is. Don't worry, as time goes on, you're gonna become a pro. I'm gonna show you everything that's gonna make you become a pro, where you can also create a website that looks like this. Actually, this website was created with what we call bootstrap library. Okay, no, don't worry, I'm gonna have a separate video series of tutorials where we're gonna be discussing CSS, sorry, bootstrap. Okay, all right, now let's check this out. Okay, and we're still here. Now you've seen this. Okay, we've seen this. Now let's add font family to this ish. Now let's make it Vendana. Is this correct? Font family times New Roman. Didn't change. Oh, I've forgotten the names of those fonts anyway. And then let's see. Don't worry. I'll when I'm teaching you guys CSS, I'm gonna take time to research about different types of fonts that we have. Then we are gonna use it anyway. Okay. All right. Now you've seen that it has changed, right? Okay. That's just that. Okay. Now let's explain. That's how you can add style to an internal style sheet to your document, to your HTML file. Now yeah, now I'm gonna create a next video now to let me create a next video for the next part of this CSS.